Hello everyone, today is construction day 122.
All right, you're not going to believe what happened to us. Been in the Philippines about 18 months, and guess what? We finally hit a sale. First time I've seen a sale here in the Philippines. So we did leave here yesterday at 3 o'clock to go to Cebulan to hit that City Hardware store. And it took us over an hour to get there. The traffic in Dumaguete City was horrendous. But we rolled in there a little after 4 and walked in, and the manager noticed us right away. I guess we'd been there so much. And said, "Sir, what can I help you with?" I said, "I hear there's a great sale on air cons." He goes, "Oh, there's a great sale. Come with me." So he took us over to the air cons. And we really was astonished with the prices. So I asked him, why are they so cheap? He says, there's a Christmas promo. We got a half a truckload in of air cons. And he says they're selling like Pandasol. That's what he said. That's that little bread that you see in the stands here. Very good. They're usually hot. So we thought that was pretty funny. So we bought all 4 of our air cons. So the 2.5 horse for the main room, 2 horse for the master bedroom, and then we upgraded from 1 horse to 1.5 to the 2 spares. So normally the prices of the 2.5, for example, is 48,000, and we got it for 27,000 pesos. We're so happy. And then the 2 horse was normally 42,000. It was on sale for 22,000 pesos. And then the 2 1.5s were 32, and we got them for 18.5. I have some notes here. So if you add up the savings, it was 68,000 pesos savings. So basically, we got the 2 1.5 horse for free with the savings, and enough left over to get 2 of the 4 installed. So that's a great deal. Boston Bay is the name brand. I mentioned yesterday that I was told that Carrier makes Boston Bay. I asked that very question. The manager said, no. Medea makes Boston Bay. They make the Samsung and LG for the Philippines. So Medea makes for LG and Samsung, as well as Boston Bay. He said it's the same internal components. So he said they're very good, and he highly recommends them. They are digital inverters, so it says right on the box that they save 70% electric. So we're very happy, and they're silent type. He says you can't hear them inside at all. So very, very happy. So we made the purchase right away. They're going to hold on to them for us. We're going to have a site survey. They're going to come up and take a look at the area where they're going to be installed, and then they'll be installed here. Say within the next 30 days, we'll get them installed. So finally hit a sale. Very, very happy. Earlier today, we did have that meet and greet in Baki Resort, Justin's dive shop. Very successful. It was packed. It was probably 70 people there. A lot of YouTubers was there. A lot of people popped in. We had a real good time. We all had lunch there, got a chance to talk with a bunch of folks. So we had a real good time. So we're here at the work site. We'll get up there and get you guys some updates. The guys was able to get this back corner completed today. So we'll bring Jernell here tomorrow to start laying down the concrete bags and the large stone. They did not do this area yet. I'm not sure why, because they skipped it and started going down the fence line. But you can see they got all the rebar cleaned up, and then they also did all the columns. See how nice they look. So now this is, from my understanding, the next step here. Now it'll be a while, is they'll just go through and knock all this off with a trowel and just get it troweled smooth with a metal trowel, and then they'll put 2 coats of paint. I don't know if it'll be 2 coats or it'll be a primer coat and a top coat, not sure. But they did get all the columns done, and so this is the final look of the rendered fence back by the pergola. And then tomorrow we're gonna get Janelle over here to start filling this in with those large rocks. Master bath tile update. So they were able to get both sides done and the back wall. I can't walk back there because they're starting the floor tile. And the way they do the floor tile is very much different from what I'm used to. What they do is, because when they pour the base floor, they don't really worry about being level. They hand trowel it, and they do not use a float, and they just get it to eye. So obviously it's not level. It's close. So to achieve level, what they do is they find the high point, and then they put in plenty of cement. In some places it's over an inch thick. So if the floor was off by an inch or more from one side to the other, they just compensate with more cement. That's just how they do it. We're using the exact same spacers, and you can see it really goes well with the floor. It's a real nice tile. It's got some white swirls in it. You know, it's a little dirty now, but it'll clean up nicely. But they are starting the floor tiles today, and we're still working on a solution here for our water heater. One last decision we have to make, and we're gonna have to make it by tomorrow. Do we put one multi-point hot water heater inside the cabinet and then have the two hot waters go up to the sinks and showers that's on the other side, sink and shower? So that's one option. Or typically what they do is they put one hot water heater up high in the shower to feed both shower heads. Still multi-point on-demand hot water, but we haven't decided if we're going to put it up in the shower wall on the other side of this wall, or put it in the cabinet. So that's still something that I'm discussing with the contractor, but definitely looking good. Landscaping update. So looking real good. We did get the taper yesterday. The taper was just in this area, so now it's going all the way across, and you can see it's coming there and then start tapering down to this area. All the rock are in place. I have my 7 lucky rocks on this side of the house. 7 rocks for good luck. And then Will and I was just standing here yesterday and said, why don't we just fill in the eyesore of the septic? You guys remember it was sticking out like 8 inches. So what we did, and it's not ideal, it looks a lot better, but it does slope this way. But the rainwater would have been trapped there anyway, because it's not going to go that way. It's not going to go this way. So putting the rock there is really no harm. You can't really tell, but it is a little higher here. This is to try to get it to come this way. But we went ahead and filled that in. It was just a strip anyway. Grass would be difficult to grow here possibly, and then to cut it. So just to get rid of that 8-inch lip that did not look good, so just fill it in with rock. So that's what we did. And Janelle was able to clean up all that scrap metal that was here. So we did that as a kind of last minute decision yesterday. But now look, going this way. Look how much work he's gotten done. You guys remember all the metal and pieces of wood, cocoa lumber that was stacked here? If you guys recall, the dirt here was probably 18 inches higher than here. And then over here, it was probably 2 foot higher. So I'm sure you can see it to some degree, but we do have this tapering down. And then here's my truck turnaround. Still got work to be done here. And we really tamped that a lot. You can see that the dirt's a different color. I mean, we've been really working this. Still got some work to do here. So a little more work there, but look how good this looks. So all the trash that was here, we moved out to here. See, it's very windy up here today. It's windy up here every day. But I believe that the contractor is going to take some of that cocoa lumber onto another job site, and then leave some for scaffolding for the ceiling. But look how good this looks. Just in a few days. Look how nice that looks there. Now this is all be tapered, it'll all be grass, It's going to look real nice. But now that we're down, we got this down, we're going to stop right here. So basically, he'll just wrap up the day, just fill in a little more here and stop. And then he's going to go start behind the pergola and start filling in the rock back there. All right, it's very windy, so I'm going to definitely talk loud. So I'd like to introduce you to Arnell. There's Arnell. Arnell runs Arnell Plumbing here in Dowen, and he's going to be the third-party plumber who's going to handle our water hookup. The contractor does all the plumbing to outside the home, and then all the main line coming in, storage tank, water pump, pressure tank is all done third party. So Arnell is going to handle that for us. So what you're saying, Arnell, is you think that this area right here is a perfect area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he said he likes the area because it's under roof. So he suggested to put the water tank right here, the 1,500 liters, it's plastic, and then put the pump inside because it'll protect it from any rain that comes this way. But he really likes the area here because it's under roof. So the water line, Arnell, comes from that corner.
Yeah, I just look in here. It's like
So you would run it underground.
underground.
Okay. So the black line that comes from the municipal, you would just use that black line because we have extra. I think we have 100 meters of extra. So you would just run it through that wall right there
Yeah.
and then bury it,
Bury that and going to the storage tank.
going right to the storage tank. So inside the storage tank, is there a valve?
Yeah. They have a float valve.
Float valve inside
Yeah, it's automatic when it's full. It's automatic.
to shut
valve,
off.
yeah.
Okay. And then right out of the storage tank, it'll go into the motor.
We have a water pump, and after the water pump, you have the pressure tank. And out of the pressure tank going to your house.
Going into the house. So how many horsepower motor do you suggest?
It's 1 horsepower.
1 horsepower motor, yeah. I think that's what we talked about with the contractor. Okay. So then a 1 horsepower motor, and then it'll go into a pressure tank. How big of a pressure tank do you suggest?
It's 80 gallons, sir.
80-gallon pressure tank, and that'll give us plenty of water and whatnot. Okay. So the next steps is you're going to, now that you did the site survey, you're going to do a quotation for me?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll give me the quotation, and then I'll try to get you to lower the price,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there.
Negotiable.
It's negotiable. Okay, you guys heard it. When Arnell gives me the quotation, I'll show it to you. It's fully negotiable. But you definitely recommend this area. It's fine.
Yeah, because you have a rope and it's safety.
It's a safe area because it's under roof. Okay. All right. So Arnell, thank you very much
Thank you, sir.
for the site survey. And guys, we'll be getting back to you soon with that price.
Okay.
All right. A quick puppy update today. We just took them out of their pen. Sandy's there with Wilma. And they're still doing good. They're still chubby. They're definitely moving around more and more. This one right here makes a lot of noise. He was the quiet one in the beginning, if you remember. He was the one that was a little bigger. He was the one that made a lot of noise. This guy is starting to grow and definitely making more noise. But we do take him out at least 2 times when we're up here every day. Just let them walk around a little bit. Sandy's always nearby. The guys who stay here overnight says that Sandy sleeps here with the dogs, with the puppies. So she's here all night. But you can definitely see they're moving around more. Eyes open. They're doing good. And Sandy's trying to steal airtime. All right, so it's very, very windy here. Windier than normal, so I have the phone real close to my face. But you can see they're rendering away. They haven't cleaned up any of the rebar yet or finishing. I think they did a couple down below. But it looks like they're running at a day. But it looks like they're getting close to having this side done. and then they'll work on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down to the bottom. All right, so it looks like Dino is really working that finish coat. So the second coat he's smoothing out. So that looks really good. And he did finish the top. So you see across there. Looks good. Still has to render the columns and take off the rebar there. Looks like he did the top on that panel as well. Looking good. So they're close to getting the wall done here on the east side. So still got the columns to do. Looks like they got the top of this one. And then here, we're here by the rock wall. And look how the grass has grown in, or should I say the weeds. So a lot of work there, a lot of power washing with muriatic acid to have these rocks come alive. And then see this pile here for the long-term viewers? This is all that black topsoil that we took from the roadway and we stockpiled it. Look at the weeds that's growing up, so you know that's good dirt or good topsoil. So there is a lot of topsoil left in front of the fence, right here in front of the property, that we're going to be bringing up to this area to dress all this up with some nice topsoil. But here at the rock wall, working here, they still have the rebar to cut and smooth out. See, it's all jagged. You can see the difference. See if I can climb up on these rocks. See how rough that looks? And the rebar sticking out, and then you can see the finished product. Big difference, right? Looks really, really good. So they may get this done today, if not tomorrow. And then I'm going to have to find out, I'm assuming that they'll go into that back corner over there where Janelle was working, and start the fence back there. I'm not sure. And then Janelle tomorrow will start back in that corner now that the fence is rendered. So again, Janelle is trying to be right behind these guys and stay ahead with some of the landscaping projects. So coming right up the main road here, going by our property, we finally have fiber. So PLDT runs right up those poles right there, going right up the mountain. So we're going to have a Wi-Fi mesh system, which I already purchased in the US. It's all 220. So I'll go over how we're going to handle our Wi-Fi. So the main fiber line will come here through the ceiling and go to that conduit right there. Let me do a zoom. That conduit right there. It'll come down the wall, and I'll take the zoom out, and it's going to go to the outlet right to the right. So that's going to be a 220 outlet, and then that's going to be a fiber optics fiber line. So the Ethernet will start right here in the main area. And the reason for that is we want the main modem and Wi-Fi to be one in the main room, and two right here where the TV will be. So this is where our TV will be, because all the furniture will be right behind me. So that's number one. So we'll have our Wi-Fi right here. Now with a mesh system, it usually communicates, as you guys know, through Wi-Fi. But with all the concrete, we're going to build into the house Ethernet direct hookup. So coming out of here will be Ethernet going up inside the wall, and will come out up there and come all the way across, and will go in the ceiling inside of a plastic conduit, just like all the rest electrical lines, and come out here to the pergola area, right up where that orange conduit is. So there will be a 220 outlet up there for one of the mesh system, and then there'll also be Ethernet to directly hook, just in case they don't connect good through Wi-Fi because of all the concrete. There'll be a direct Ethernet hookup. and that wire mesh system will point out this way. And if you see it, you turn 180 degrees, it'll look right out this way and then go out to the pool area. So we should have good Wi-Fi all in this area. You know, typically it goes out, what, 50, 75 feet, sometimes more. So this whole area should be covered with Wi-Fi because of one of the satellite mesh systems right there. So now what I'll do is I'll wait for him to shut off his saw, and then I'll pick up the video. And this being all glass, you would also assume with the main modem and Wi-Fi, the primary Wi-Fi being right here, that it would go through this area, through the glass, and assist as well. And then it should handle, no problem, all within this room. So kitchen, living room, doesn't matter. We should have good Wi-Fi in here because of the Wi-Fi system there. So the next place we want good Wi-Fi is going to be the master bedroom. So the third mesh system will very simply go directly through that wall and be right here. So we'll have another outlet right here, and we will just have another Ethernet come through, a short one because it's only a 6-inch wall, and we'll have another Ethernet hookup right here. So then I can install another mesh system here, again, just in case the Wi-Fi just on the other side of this wall doesn't penetrate this wall. We'll have our own Wi-Fi here, and it should give really good Wi-Fi all in this area. And I would assume it would go through the window. You get some Wi-Fi out in the carport. Of course, go through this glass and project out Wi-Fi in this area. So that's how we're going to handle it. We're just being safe inside the walls, having Ethernet direct hookup, one for this third of the house, and then the main living area, and then over in that corner. All should cover this area, no problem, with Wi-Fi. We will find out together.